Problem with that, if I do it over, I won't see if anyone's talking to us.
Will it show up here on this app?
I think it does.
Oh, wow, okay.
Which is kind of cool. I mean, I guess that's the thing, like, you don't want to where we can, maybe that's not too bad. And I wonder if in the future if I should just start it so people know to come in.
Yeah.
Before we get going.
Yeah, probably, right?
I don't know. I mean, it got like 150 views, but like 5 live.
Yeah.
So I almost maybe we don't even worry about the stream.
Is there like, because I know some like streamers put up like a title card or something.
Right.
Like, is there any way we could do something like
That's
that?
what I did. I erased the stream from our YouTube account and then I re-uploaded it with the better audio.
No, I'm saying like when we stream it live, like start it early but don't have us like on camera. Like it just plays like a...
Yeah, like if I could put a feed in there or something. Maybe.
And then like a countdown clock or something.
Yeah.
That sounds a little complicated.
I like that though. I know, we're so random when we start. Who cares? Let's just do it.
So are we streaming right now?
Yes. But no one's in, I think. I can't tell from this. Whatever. Oh, I'm not recording live though. Okay. I should do something like I do with Dylan where I go like, yep. For now it'll be easier.
You just do that randomly with Dylan.
Well, he has me make a noise like that so we can sync our audio up.
Yeah.
Smart guy. All right, Eddie, let's get the fucking show on the road here.
Bam.
I'm gonna start wearing makeup.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. That. Oh, I forgot about the history. Fuck.
I look so tiny.
I don't know why.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Shit, this one's not very old. This one's only from episode 261. Oh well, whatever. You know what? I wish I knew if people were here. Well, hello if you're here. Here, let's try this. Oops, not that. Oh, for Christ's sake. There we go. Okay. There we are, Eddie. Look at us. All right. You look tiny. It's weird.
It looks like
We're seeing
almost like a green screen where like we're probably in separate rooms.
Right.
It's just split down the middle.
Oh God. All right, fuck it. Let's get moving. Ready?
Let's do this.
Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Save It for the Show with Dan and Eddie. This is episode 270. Oh wait, forgot to put our sound barrier up.
Oh shit.
All right, well, fuck. I think we just need to go.
Okay.
Keep it rolling. No one. You hear the echoes a mile away. I think we'll be okay. I was almost thinking to put this as our backdrop. Like Bernard Williams.
That'd be awesome.
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, shit. Hold on now, Eddie.
That's not gonna work. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
bumped the camera.
Did we? Oh, shit. Let's see.
Oh, no.
I think it's okay. All right.
Very professional studio.
Yeah, I had to soundproof it. We should probably start over, maybe. I don't know how to do that. I think the the camera got bumped a little bit. That's fine. All right. Oh, yeah, that sounds better. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Starting over. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Save It for the Show with Dan and Eddie. This is episode 276 of your favorite comedy podcast, where every week Eddie and I sit down, we make each other laugh, we make you laugh. I'm trying to figure out if I should be looking at the camera, looking at you.
I don't know either.
We're all set up. I mean, and listen, so last week we live streamed the show, and then after the show, I uploaded a copy of the show to YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people watched it and seemed to like it, so here we are. We're doing it again.
Yeah.
I switched around the studio a little bit. And now that we're here live doing it, first of all, we're on different sides.
Yes.
I've always been the passenger.
It's true, yeah.
In our car.
Crazy.
We sit at a desk, and a friend of mine, Christian, who listens to the show, remarked that it looked like we were sitting on the same side of a booth. Like we're on a date at a restaurant, because we both sit at a table side by side and just turn our heads and look at each other. Mm-hmm. That didn't really work. It looked kind of silly. So if now I've got Eddie switched up, the camera's at a different angle, and I looked at the feed, and it looks like you're in a sidecar.
It does, yes.
You look so tiny.
I don't understand it, yeah. I mean, I am a lot smaller than you are, but...
Not this much.
Yeah, this makes it look like I can fit in your hand.
You're my child.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like on real talk shows, they usually have the host up on a pedestal. Like,
yeah.
I'm just really trying to just dwarf you.
Seriously, man.
Right now.
It's not cool.
I'm sorry. Well, look, if anyone wants to watch the show live, you certainly can when we record it, or just subscribe to our YouTube account. It'll give you a notification when we go live. The rest of you may think that's dumb. I don't know. I didn't get one bad feedback, so I figured, fuck it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let's just keep rolling.
Yeah, why not?
Let's just keep on rolling. My house right now, too, I'm glad to be doing the show because I've got a bit of a problem with mice.
Okay, yeah, I've been seeing the Snapchats.
Dude, it's out of control.
In the house?
No. So in my garage, I noticed there were rat turds, mouse turds, and the garage just smelled like an animal. Mm. Like it just had a feeling that there was something else in there. And I realized I had a bag of cat food on the ground, and the mice were living in it.
Oh, wow, okay.
Got rid of that, still had the smell.
Were there mice in it when you got rid of it?
There was a mouse.
Oh, fuck that.
Took off, like a big-ass Papa Bear mouse. Took off out of the bag right when I grabbed it. So I thought, like, okay, great. I got rid of him. Hopefully that's enough. The turds never went away.
Yeah. So
I went on Amazon, and of course I'm Googling around. And back in the day, you'd probably go to Home Depot and get that balsa wood mouse trap with the metal, on it. You pull that thing back. And that was my first inclination, was to get something like that. But the thought of, what if it just hit its hand? And then the mouse is just screaming all night long, waiting for me to come kill it. And then what am I supposed to do? Like smash it over the head with a shovel?
Yes.
Grab it and drown it in my swimming pool?
Well, I've talked about it on the show before when I had a pet mouse, and I bought another mouse to make, so he had a friend.
Right.
And that other mouse was evil and started to eat my original mouse. So
right.
I put it in a paper bag.
Which I just love that you thought, let me just take two mice and just put them in the same thing.
Exactly.
Like they were brother and sister.
Yeah, totally.
Or something.
So I put it in a paper bag, and I rode my bike out to the desert. And I meant to throw a rock on it, but I freaked out at the last second, and I just left the bag there, like, unopened.
Unopened?
Yeah, and biked away.
I mean, he probably chewed through the bag.
Hopefully, or something got him. I don't know.
Man, yeah, I guess throwing a rock on a mouse in a bag is a pretty easy way. So I thought, okay, plus, you know me, any instance where I can have some sort of connection with my kids, I gotta do it. Gotta be the dad that my dad never did. My dad was a drunk. And he was never around. No, he was a great dad. But I'm always trying to do these things with my kids. So I got a humane trap. Where it's just like green tube. You put
Pussy
food.
trap.
You put food in it, and the mouse walks in. And so I put him in the garage, waited like 2 or 3 days, and got one. And it was great. And I took my kids, we went out to the open field behind my house. We had a blast. It was really funny. And I thought, you know what? Let me just put the trap out one more time.
Okay.
Maybe there's one, maybe there's a family living in here. I don't know. I put it out. 2-3 days later, there was another one. And it was a lot smaller. So I thought, like, all right, maybe this is the wife. You know, maybe there's no food in the garage now. They're getting desperate. Maybe I caught the mama bear. And then, like an hour later, caught 2 more. And they were really tiny, like babies. And now at this point, I keep bringing them out. My kids are like, I want to take them out. I want to take them out. I say, fine. It's at the point now where I can't even let them know there's mice.
Yeah.
Because I've caught 6 mice.
Jeez, okay.
So far over, now, once these traps are hitting.
Yeah.
These traps are hot right now.
So are you just going to keep putting them out until...
Yes, until the end of it. Because I think at this point, there's no food. And so they just smell that peanut butter on toast. And they just, boom, they're going in. They are desperate for food right now.
You don't think they're like leaving the property to find food somewhere else, like in another house next door?
I mean, they can't get out of my garage. I think they got in. So here's the thing. Of course, my wife is the queen of Google. And she's all, well, if there's babies, there's probably 100 of them. And sure enough, like the gestation period. So a mouse can have like 30 babies at once. They're pregnant for just, I think, a couple weeks. And then, boom, once a mouse is 5 months old, I think, you can start having babies.
Oh,
so
okay.
babies having babies.
Yeah.
That 5-month-old mouse. And I guess apparently the mice will sleep with each other. You know?
Of course, yeah.
It's not like you got to find another mouse from another house with a different last name.
You're fucking your brother, your sister, your mom.
Dad's fucking everybody.
Yeah.
And they're just having babies. Which is pretty funny to think that maybe all mice come from one mouse. Maybe there's like one alpha mouse, like an Adam and Eve mouse.
Yeah.
And they could see, that makes sense that mice could do that. Humans, the fact that people think we came from 2 people, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I will say, though, that apparently people with blue eyes all descend from the same person.
How's that even possible?
I have no idea.
How is that even possible? They have like a shred of the DNA?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I haven't figured out what my DNA is yet. I'm still waiting on the 23andMe to see, what my story is.
What are you expecting and what are you hoping?
Oh, I'm hoping 100% white, dog. White as hell. No, I'm expecting to have probably a mix, Polish, German, I think French.
Okay.
Maybe some Italian. I don't have like, Mamma Mia. I don't have a thing. I don't have a homeland.
Yeah.
And I definitely won't be any Irish or English.
If there is, the majority of it's like Italian or something, do you think you will latch on to the Italian culture, like buy an Italian flag and
That'd be hilarious.
learn Italian?
Right, I'm going to like the Italian Heritage Night at the Giants. I just roll up, just my shirt off, just wearing an Italian flag, just crazy.
Yes.
That'd be pretty funny, and I should. I pick up a little bit of an accent. All of a sudden,
You make your kids learn Italian.
I rename them all to like Mario,
Luigi.
Christopher, Luigi, and that would be great. Hopefully, I got a little Filipino in me.
Hey, that'd be amazing.
You should have said, "Do you want a little Filipino in you?"
You know what? I asked. I think it was my 8th grade math teacher that question, and because on a dare,
God.
she had no clue what the fuck I was talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times.
Okay, you know what? Nothing like sexually harassing a teacher like that. So my house is overrun with mice. I don't know what to do. I'll keep you posted. I have been posting a lot about it on my Snapchat, which is Sift Show, or on my Instagram account, which is @DanTheBeast. And now it's almost getting obnoxious. Like, it was cute at first, then it was kind of funny, and now I'm just going to keep it going like it's a nature show, and I can't stop.
If you ever do want to go the lethal route,
Yeah?
I've seen like a mousetrap that you can build. I saw it on YouTube, I think. And it's a bucket, and then you put like a rod across it, and these like spinners on it. And then you put the food like on the spinners, so the mice try to run out onto it.
Oh, God.
And they fall into the bucket. You put water in the bucket, and
Oh, my God.
they drown them. And like I've seen people, they put it in their barn,
And
and they
just
wake
full.
up, and it's like 70 mice in there in the morning.
God.
Overnight, it's nuts.
This is one at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, one goes in, the door slams shut.
Yeah.
So you're right. If there's 70 mice in my garage, I don't want 70 drowned mice.
I wonder if like now like you're gonna attract more mice because they're like, yeah, you get free food, and then that motherfucker sets you free in like
Right.
this beautiful nature area.
I know, right?
It's the best.
Well, I just wanted to take them out and just throw them out randomly. My kids are forcing me to bring them all to the same place so they can be around each other. You know, if I bring them to a different tree, how are they going to find each other, Dad? And now I'm so annoyed, I'm just not telling them.
Yeah.
The bloom is off the rose, the novelty's worn off. Someone in the chat room just said something funny. Wait till Eddie's dad stops by. Wait till Eddie's dad is on the show, Eddie.
Oh man, we're gonna have barbecue, man.
I mean, we're gonna have to, and everyone will finally get to see your dad.
Yes.
in IRL.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Oh boy, we'll start having studio guests in here.
We should.
And Eric from Eric's Cologne
Oh,
show.
I miss that guy.
You know who we could probably get on the show? Aziz Ansari. I want to have a show with him, TJ Miller.
Yeah.
You know, all these comedians who are in hot water.
Yeah.
These days. The funny thing, so I was talking with my friend Mike, and he's like, "Are you gonna talk about that Aziz Ansari on the show?" I said, "Yeah, I guess." He's like, "Oh, I wouldn't talk about it, man. It's real polarizing." And I think it might have been a few days ago, but it's kind of funny to see. So Aziz Ansari, I know you know the story. He apparently a year ago went on a bad date with some girl. She sucked his dick a couple times. The weirdest part of that story is he kept putting his fingers in her mouth.
Yeah.
That was the part. So this girl was a photographer, and she got interviewed by this magazine, and it was a very lurid sexual article. Like an article had like opinions in it. This was not like a journalism piece.
No.
Like from CNN or even Fox News.
No, definitely not.
It read sort of like a diary entry, and it was kind of like just someone called it like a revenge porn.
Yeah.
And it did have a bit of a porn ring to it, and she seemed to do it just to fuck with him, to humiliate him.
Yeah.
And it's like, shocker, of course he's sort of like a dork.
Yeah.
And like bad at sex.
Awkward, yeah.
Totally awkward, and also incredibly super horny.
Yes.
Like, they were fooling around. I mean, who hasn't played, what is it, put the tip in. Let me put the tip in. And just see where it goes. So yeah, this is so complex and so gray. There really is no way for us to talk about it without sounding like a jerk to some people. So
That's true.
Whatever.
Sorry, guys.
I do wonder, I don't think he's going to really get burned much.
I don't think so either. He doesn't come off as a predator.
Right.
In my opinion, at least.
He apologized. It's complicated.
Yeah.
I don't think season 3 of Master of None is not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't have to go burn all my Aziz Ansari shirts. I have multiple of them.
So
I'm wearing
many.
one right now.
It's ridiculous.
On the show. So he'll be okay, but yeah, I don't. A few people emailed us. There's really nothing we can say that hasn't been said. I do think it's funny. There's a woman on TV who is pissed, and now like women are fighting about it.
Yeah.
And men are just like, I'm staying out of this. You guys take care of this.
Yeah.
Because you can't be a man on TV and like yell at a woman for writing a story about being sexually assaulted. That's really just not an okay thing to do.
Yeah, to yell at a woman for any type of woman's issue. Like if you're gonna yell at a woman that she shouldn't get an abortion, like,
right?
That's not. It doesn't make sense.
Let's make the podcast about that. There's got to be crazy right-wing pro-life podcasts out there, right?
Oh, sure.
There's no barrier.
There's like white supremacy podcasts, right?
God, could you imagine listening to one of those?
But they're not hosted on iTunes. Like, what's the network? Like, Earwolf or Nerdist? Like, what's the network?
Nerdist has a bunch of white supremacists. You're right. Well, so what if my results from my 23andMe come back and I'm super, German or Aryan? And I gotta.
That would be.
What would that mean?
Would you hate yourself because you're also Jewish?
I know I have to be like a self-hating Jew. Most are.
Yeah.
But then you're right. I have to now all of a sudden behind the podcast when we live stream it have a big swastika. That'd get us a lot of views.
Yeah,
all
lot of attention that we probably don't want.
No, we don't want that.
If we don't even want to talk about the Aziz story.
Right, yeah, we don't want that.
I think this topic's
Where do I even buy a swastika flag? On Amazon?
You could probably get it on Amazon.
You think Amazon carries that shit?
Walmart.
No way.
Walmart.
Walmart. Like, really? Like, where does a guy go? To swastikaflag.com? Teespring?
I imagine it's pretty easy, man.
Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe. We should do a shirt with a swastika on it and like a big no symbol, but it still has a swastika on it, so it's kind of like a swastika shirt.
Okay.
Throw that shit on Teespring. I mean, maybe someone will buy it.
You need a catchphrase to go with it, though. Yeah, no idea.
You come up with that. You're the show's copywriter.
I'm on it.
Buddy boy. All right, so what else is going on? A couple other things, show business-wise. Okay. Patreon. I've been really bad about thanking all of our Patreon people. Mm-hmm. And now that we're doing the show live and there is the notion that we need to buy more shit, a lot of podcasts have Patreon goals where they say, hey, if we get $500 a month, we'll do the show live or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I don't care. I don't want to make like goals like that, arbitrary goals, but it really does make a difference now that people give us money to host the show, buy shit for the show. And so patreon.com/Sift Show, you can go on there, and once a month I like to give a shout out to the people, the fine people that are giving us their hard-earned money. And that's Jerica, Yvonne, A-Train, Just Mike, Corey, Ricky, Paul from Roanoke, Nick, Alex, Thomas, Christopher, Brian and Catherine, the Sleep With Me podcast, another Brian, Seb, Lori, Shane, Jared, Moldy Orange, super shout out to him. He also runs the Reddit, our subreddit.
Awesome.
Haley, Milan, Lisa, Dylan, and Vix.
Thank you, guys.
Super thank you to you guys. And so, yeah, anyone else who wants to drop a coin in the bucket, feel free, patreon.com/Sift Show, because on YouTube, to make money, you need to have like 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, really?
And your video needs to get like 200,000 views. So
oh, man.
We're not quite there.
No.
We're not quite there. Okay, so let's listen to voicemails.
Yeah.
We haven't done a voicemail in a minute, and we certainly have a bunch, so let's do a couple real quick. I don't know if anyone's here. Oh, what's up? John G. Man.
Hey.
And Jerica. Oh, and Shakita. What's up, Shakita? So this is where it gets weird, because now this isn't in the show.
Yeah.
This is
you guys
original content for the live stream.
Yeah. Exciting stuff, right? Taking
know,
drinks.
Right? Okay. Voicemail. Dink. Where'd that comment go about your dad? It came up on my phone, but not up here in the chat room. That's weird. All right. Oh, we got a... Oh, I meant to give an update on Christy from South Lake. Or a non-update. Christy, if you're watching, spoiler alert, it went dark on me. All right. For those of you watching, I'm moving the file around in the stream. Here we go.
He's looking at porn.
Oh, so much porn. Can't talk about porn this week. We talked about porn too much last time.
Is that a critique we got?
No.
Too much porn talk.
All right, here we go.
What is up, Dan and Eddie? Techno Chase back here again. I just sent Dan a recording like 5 minutes ago. I was listening to last week's episode, and of course I got to the end, so I have a couple of things I had to rebuttal. So first off, Gerald, how you doing, buddy? Actually, I'm very straight, but I don't work for Geek Squad either. I work for my college's IT department. There is a difference. Moving on from that though, Dan,
bitch.
I just wanted to say I 100% accept your apology. I too thought the Amazon Echo was going to be a stupid thing before we got it in the house, but my uncle set up our house last Christmas with them, and they were a godsend. I love them. I use mine at college all the time, and you actually can send messages room to room, and so I enjoy messing with my parents and sending messages from college. It's my main way of communication with them, and turning the lights on and off in my sister's room in the middle of the night. The fun brother stuff.
What a dick.
Past that, though, in my last recording I had a question, but it doesn't really matter that much. So, Moving on from that, though, everybody, I'll see you over at on the subreddit r/save it for the show. It's a fantastic time over there. And until next time, gentlemen, have a good one.
Thank you, Tech Nerd Chase.
Yes.
And so, yeah, a couple things here. I think that's pretty funny that he uses his Echo to talk to his parents.
Yeah.
You know, and again, that's the other thing that's so liberating is when you don't have to use your phone to do this stuff, and you can just say, "Hey Alexa, call the kitchen," and boop boop from like my bedroom just calls the kitchen like an intercom. Like remember in the old school houses, if you had a rich friend, they would have an intercom in their house where the mom would get on it and say it's dinner time, and it would crackle through the whole house. It was a piece of shit. And 9 times out of 10, you go to someone's house, you'd see the intercom, and they'd say, "Oh, that thing's broken."
Yeah.
I mean, back then, where would you call the intercom store? I mean, now you can go in
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack. You got to bring that shit down there. So it is like a modern day intercom for that sort of thing. And yeah, somebody wrote a fake note about Tech Nerd Chase, and that was who Gerald was. That's who he was replying to. So yeah, again, so I did want to say, here's a pro tip for anybody. There's a Nest, and there's this other one called an Ecobee, and it's like $200, which is a lot of money to get a smart thermostat. I mean, $200 to essentially just put a little cute display computer on your wall instead of the crappy blown out piece of shit one that you have on there now.
Yeah.
Where like you're trying to set it away, vacation, sleep. It's a pain in the ass. $200. I'm not spending $200 to throw some stupid thing on the wall. But here's a pro tip for you. Here's a dad pro tip for you. At least here in California, you get $150 rebates from the utility company, which makes it only $50. $50 for a Nest in your house, I can do that. I'm Italian now. Italian kiss in the air with my hands. So it's 100% worth $50. Do that shit. And, you need to be able to install it yourself.
Yeah, is it pretty complicated?
Fuck no.
Okay. I mean, I assume it's like installing a regular thermostat.
It's exactly like that.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, you pull the thing off the wall and there's a red wire and you stick it where it says red wire. And a white wire, you stick it where it says the white wire. It's so simple to do that if you think, oh my God, I gotta hire a handyman to come in the house. No.
Okay, so
No.
I've got something that might throw a wrench in everything.
What?
But how do you, because like you said, there's a Nest and there's the Ecobee or whatever.
Right.
How do you choose which company to go with? Because they also sell like Wi-Fi cameras and security systems and shit like that.
I don't think it really matters.
Okay.
I went with the Ecobee because it's Alexa controlled, and since I'm like an Alexa house now.
Yeah.
And this is boring, so I don't care. Tech talk.
Yeah.
But that's the one I went with. Plus, it has a little sensor that you can put in rooms. And so it can say, like, it's cold in the kitchen.
Gotcha.
Because that's the other thing about these thermostats is that it's only... This is so boring. This is stupid. This is so stupid. Fuck you, Tech Nerd Chase, for derailing the show. Let's do another voicemail since we're in a voicemail groove here. All right, I think I got one from John G. Man. That was weird. John G. Man, if you're still there, I'm going to play your voicemail.
Can't wait to hear it.
Let's see here. Oh, I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me, John. When I say, I don't even want to say your name. It sets him off in his house. That's funny. All right.
Dan and Eddie, John G. Man here. Nice to talk to you again. Had a sucky Christmas season, but always looking forward to the show. Hey, a few years ago, well, a lot of years ago, I was teaching a beginner Windows class to a bunch of staff, and one of the guys was hearing impaired, so I had to wear a microphone around my neck and transmit it to him, and he had his headphones. He would listen to the class, and everything was going great. I told everybody we need a break. I went to the bathroom, came back a few minutes later. The guy is smiling at me. He's not saying anything, he's just smiling at me. I said, what's going on? He said, you had a lot to drink, didn't you? I said, what do you mean? And he looked at me and smiled. I said, oh my God, you've been listening to me in the bathroom. Yeah, sorry. I was like, well, I learned my lesson that day. Always tearing off your microphone when you go to the bathroom. Anyway, that was embarrassing. One other thing, Eddie, I bought a Rhino 60DS. Love it. Love it. Do you know how nice it is? You need to try one. Anyway, John G, man, out.
So I'm assuming that's a gun.
Yeah.
Well, what is this kind of gun?
I'm not quite sure. I know it's a gun,
Right.
but it sounds amazing.
Unless you bought an actual rhino, which would be pretty dope too.
Yeah.
So the other thing that John brought up, that guy could have turned it off.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't have arm. He wanted to hear you take a piss.
Yeah.
I mean, what if you had gone in there and ripped a huge fart, jerked off? I mean,
I thought he was going to say he heard me having sex with someone in the bathroom. Cause
right.
I always assume the John G. Man stories are going to go that way.
John, he gets after it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, what if you'd gone in there and said, oh man, this fucking deaf piece of shit makes me wear this Bobby Brown headset like a dick. I mean, he probably knew that you didn't take it off.
Yeah.
And he wanted to hear it. He was looking to catch you. I'm sure you're not the first person he's heard piss.
Maybe that's his thing.
Maybe that's his thing. Seriously.
Yeah.
John also said something funny because he's a big Amazon Echo guy. And he said that whenever I say, like, Alexa, play Move Your Feet by Junior Senior, like, that's going to mess him up, like his Alexa right now. Because that's what my kid, Quinn, will come downstairs and say, you know,
Yeah.
Alexa, blah, and she says, you know, play some stupid song. So, sorry, John G, man, if I just set your Alexa off. And thank you for the voicemail. So anyone else can send us a voicemail. savefortheshow@gmail.com is the best way to do it. Or you can go on our website, savefortheshow.com/contact. You can be anonymous. And you know who hasn't been sending us any email already?
Who's that?
Get my voice real high.
What are you talking about?
Chrissy from South Lake.
Oh.
You know, this lady who's trying to catfish us. I outed her on last week's show. I'm using my pronouns very carefully. Like I'm talking, they're going back and forth, their sexuality.
Yeah.
She went dark. Maybe she hasn't listened to the show yet. Because
Like she's into darker men?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course. And maybe she's still liking things on Twitter.
Okay.
Still went to her Twitter account.
From her porn-ridden Twitter account.
Right.
Okay.
It's gotten way more G-rated, though. You know, she's a big fan of Paris Hilton, the Hooters girls. She likes a lot of Hooters. You know, imagine following Hooters on Twitter and liking a bunch of their tweets.
Yeah.
You know, there's a really funny podcaster. His name's Kevin Allison, and he does the Risk podcast. I don't listen to that show. I know a bunch of people do, and I sent him one of our stories. I thought maybe he was going to play it on it. English Paul recommended that, and the guy wrote back, and he was super nice.
Oh, nice.
And, you know, but he likes things on Twitter, and all of a sudden they're coming up in my feed. I'm like, whoa. Like, what the fuck is this? Lots of people doing this. They like stuff, and it comes up in your feed, and I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's a total violation of my feed. I don't want to see what other people are liking. I want to see what I like.
Yeah.
Get out of my house. So anyway, questions. You know, let's do some questions.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a question here. Sorry, John, it did make that song play. All right, there we go. Let's get a question going here.
You got questions? You got answers? You got it.
All right, like I said, savefortheshow.com/contact. Be a part of the show. We love questions. Here's a question. So this is funny. I got this question last week before the Aziz stuff.
Okay.
Every week it turns out another guy in power or Hollywood is a creep. This week it's James Franco. Who's next? Do you guys think these men being dragged will have any effect on people's behaviors? Will more women come forward? Will men stop being pigs? I love the show. Stephanie, 28, from Michigan. So, yeah, I mean, James Franco was pumped about this Aziz story. Because just last week, it turns out he, I don't know, was being a dick to women.
Yeah, but wasn't there like a story a while ago where he was trying to hook up with some young chick on Instagram?
Yeah, like a 17-year-old.
Yeah, so like you didn't know then?
Right.
And then he did that movie where he played a drug dealer and he was hooking
Right.
up with young chicks like Selena Gomez.
Right.
So, I mean,
you
doesn't
know,
really surprise me.
No, and I think every dumbass dude who's in a rock band, who's a comedian, who's in any, especially maybe if they were a bit of an outcast as a kid, and now they have some power and women want to fuck them,
Yeah.
they're fucking chicks. Like, I feel like that's 25 to 35% of why any guy picks up a guitar.
I would say more than that.
Right, 70%?
Probably 70% at least.
I mean, I hate to break it to people, but I feel like, especially before when I was dating my wife and trying to date at all, I'd say 9 out of the 10 things I did were to try to get laid.
Yeah.
From going to the gym, you know, the way I cut my hair, taking a shower so I didn't reek, was just to get fucked. And so, does that make me a sexual predator? Because all I care about, and still, I hate to break it to the folks, I really care about having sex. It's like a really, really high priority to me to make love to my sweet wife. Does that make me a pig? Does that
Yes,
make me...
100%.
I guess so. Now, I would never force myself on my wife unless she wanted me to.
My wife has forced herself on me before.
Oh my God. I'm going to write an op-ed. And she needs to go to jail.
She needs to, yeah.
That's the thing this woman kept saying about Aziz Ansari. He said, go to the cops. Like, if he truly did something illegal, then why would you not, you know, pin his ass to a board and say this guy is... Put him in fucking jail.
Yeah.
Instead of writing something like this. So, yeah, so I think your wife, she should, you know, take you to the...
I should drag her is what you're saying?
You should. I don't think it's going to change anything. I do think what it might change, though, is in regular offices, because that's the one thing is all of the across America where, yes, of course, there's celebrities who are trying to get their dick wet, but there's also garbage regional managers of an insurance office who is saying inappropriate things under his breath to Deborah in accounting. And that's the real thing. And that is one thing I think that this Aziz thing is a bad thing about, is it's taken away from those women who have truly been ruined. And not to say, oh God, this is terrible. I'm walking into a landmine here.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say anything.
All right, fine. It's the whole thing is awful and terrible, and let's move on from that. So I do hope it helps. I think Eddie and I are perverts, and we're pretty creepy and gross. No, we're not creepy.
Not creepy, no.
We're perverts.
Perverts, but not creepy.
Perverted.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't want to say we're the noun pervert.
Yeah.
I mean, because you know what? Whenever I think of a pervert, I don't know why, but I think of Pee Wee Herman.
See, I think of a peeping Tom.
Okay.
What did Pee Wee Herman do? He
Nothing.
jacked off.
Listen,
in a XXX movie theater.
The only reason I think of him is because when I was a kid and that happened, there was all these headlines about Pee Wee Herman being a pervert, and it was kind of the first time I'd ever really heard that word a bunch.
Okay.
So in my dumb mind, I think and that's terrible. And that destroyed that guy. That he went to, a Jack Shack and had to jerk off in public.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, come on, dude.
It's sad, man.
It's really sad.
Unless that's his thing, unless he's like, yeah, fuck it, I love doing it.
Not us.
Then,
we've talked about it. For us, it's a shameful act.
It is.
I couldn't imagine whipping my dick out and then just like blowing a load all over the seats in front of me.
I guess.
Or into a hanky.
Yeah.
My cum rag.
This for some reason reminds me of I had a Lil Kim album when I was younger. And like the first track of it is just like an audio of a guy, and he goes to a porn place and he orders popcorn and he's like, yeah, extra butter. Yeah, extra butter. And then he gets like a bunch of napkins and he goes into the movie theater and he starts watching and he starts jerking off. And I'm like, this is a weird opening to an album.
Very weird.
But Lil Kim's dope, so.
They don't sell popcorn in concessions, I think, at most
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Well, that was the whole thing. Is like the
Right.
twist is he's watching a porno. Like you think he's just going to the movies,
to the regular movies.
Yeah, and then you hear moaning, and he starts jerking off.
Right.
And then boom, Lil Kim comes in talking about her pussy and shit.
Of course.
So.
Lil Kim is great.
Yeah.
But it would be funny to work concessions at a jerk off stand.
I guess.
No, it'd be terrible.
I mean,
terrible job.
That's definitely against health regulations.
I would think so.
Right.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Let's do a couple more questions. Hey, Dan and Eddie, this was simply the best show because we now have a visual of you two doing the show. Sometimes getting a visual of something like you guys is the best way to feed your appetite. Thank you, Christina. Pussy got wet, pussy stay wet. Mine's always W, she said. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got a bunch of great emails like that people like to show how handsome you were.
Wow. Okay. Thank you guys.
That you look like a gangster. It was pretty fun. The lighting was really bad.
Yeah.
And you looked dark as fuck in the last... And now you look like a child. So basically, every week I need to make you look like shit.
Yes.
So
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that gimmick.
All right,
That
fine.
can get us somewhere.
Well, don't count on me trying again. Like
Next
too much work.
next week, you should wear me in a baby Bjorn.
Oh my god! Right?
I think that's the
Just
next
hanging
step.
off my chest, and we just share one mic.
Yes.
I think that's good. Okay, here's another question. Well, it's my birthday, so that's obviously what I'm thinking about. But my mind has been on something a bit weird. I visited some public toilets in the morning and there was a guy standing at the urinal. I went into a cubicle, so this is English Paul, just by the way, because in America we call them a stall.
Yeah.
A bathroom stall, not a cubicle. But over in the ponies in the dairy. He goes into a cubicle and I spend a few minutes before I leave. I sound like Bill Cosby. It always sounds like
Before I leave.
always sounds like Bill Cosby. I just figured at the time, okay, he went into the stall, he spent a few minutes, and when he left, the guy was still standing at the urinal. He figured that maybe he just had a shy bladder and he needed to wait for me to leave before he could go, which is just like, whatever, fine. So pause, and this is something that I think, do women get shy bladders? Because they have their own cubicle when they take a piss.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably some, I would imagine.
Because this is something when two guys walk up to a urinal and you're both touching your dicks and you're a foot away from each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes the pee is, and you might have to piss so bad and it doesn't come out and you're both standing there and you can hear when the other guy starts pissing.
Yeah.
So you kind of think to yourself, I'm pissing. Hear that? Hitting the porcelain. Why isn't this guy pissing next to me?
Yeah.
Like, he's not, I don't hear the piss. Maybe he's peeing all over the urinal cake so you can't really hear it. And one time I remember I was so bladder shy that it was busy and people were waiting to go. And I moseyed up there and I'm really not usually shy. And I couldn't piss. So I zipped up and then just walked out and walked right back in till I get back in line to wait my turn because I couldn't go.
Yeah, I mean, it just happens sometimes. I can't explain it.
I heard if you hold your breath, it helps. Someone told me
To
once that
pee?
if you take a deep breath when you're bladder shy, that'll help you take a piss.
Okay.
So anyhow, okay. So the guy's still there, is what Paul is saying.
Mm-hmm.
So he left and it was whatever. And then I went back to the same public toilet 3 hours later and the same guy was still there in the same position and he didn't move. He was almost tempted to give him a poke to make sure he wasn't some kind of scarecrow intended to dissuade men from having a piss. The consensus amongst my friends was he was probably a dude looking for some dick, but if that's the case, the only dick he saw was his own because he didn't even look around when I came in. And I imagine that life could be more exciting than just pretending to have a piss for 3 hours. What do you guys think? English Paul. So happy birthday to you, English Paul. This is weird.
I would say he's a heroin addict.
And he was just drugged out?
And
Yeah.
probably just propped up,
Right.
basically passed out, standing up.
That's a very good thing to yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Go back, Paul.
Is
Go
he
back.
still there?
See if he's still there. And if he's trying to get a wank, have a bit of a chin wag with him and
Witch's kiss.
and see. I give him the witch's kiss and see what he says. Let's do a couple more here. We got so many questions I never get to. Let's make it a bit of a question show. Here's a real treat from somebody. Bom, Sister Nasty, they wrote, which I think it's Sister Nancy.
Sister Nancy, yeah.
Terrible garbage song.
No, dude, that was my real treat one time, dude.
No, I know this was one of your real treats. Terrible.
No.
reggae music is country music for stoners. It's awful.
No.
It's always about the same shit. They all sound the same. You can't get down.
You're
with it.
mistaken. I'm sorry. You can say that about all music.
No, you can't.
All music's about all the same shit, man.
It's not. It doesn't all just have a bro, bo, 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 and like the same goddamn sound effects in every song. The upbeat noise. It's just not for me.
Okay.
It's just not for me. So they did. That's all they wrote in. Real treat, bomb bomb, Sister Nasty, and it's Nancy. Even I knew that.
Wait, unless there is a Sister Nasty and it's like a remake or something.
That's true.
I'll look it up.
Like some trap version or something. Here's a couple more. I've been listening to the old podcasts, and I loved the movie Over the Top. Have you seen that movie yet, Dan? It's amazing. I kind of feel as if it's one movie that came out a couple years ago, which Real Steel, which was a sort of a knockoff about it. And so this, in an old show, I think maybe it was a real treat of yours. The Sylvester Stallone.
It was a real treat.
Maybe it was a guest's real treat, or we talked about it. Where Sylvester Stallone, it's like an arm wrestling movie.
He's a truck driver.
Okay.
And you've never seen Over the Top?
No, so clearly I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, he's a truck driver, and he has like an estranged son.
Okay.
And
he's not even that big or strong. He's just like.
He's
normal Sylvester Stallone, not
he's not Rocky Sylvester Stallone.
Right.
But he takes him on the road with him to get to know him.
Okay.
Because something happens with the kid's mom or something, and like the kid kind of hates him, and they like bond together over like arm wrestling tournaments, where his dad is like kicking ass because he has this special move that like when he's about to get beat, he like puts his finger over the top. Of the hand, and then like reverses it, and he always puts his hat backwards. But yeah, he's a trucker.
Okay,
it's a fucking stupid movie.
It sounds terrible. I haven't watched it. It probably sounds like if I drink 30 beers.
I mean, it's definitely entertaining. I would watch it just because it's such a shitty movie.
Okay, I need to watch more Sylvester Stallone movies in my life. Anyway, do you know he wrote Rocky?
Oh yeah.
And directed it, I think, too.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That he did all that. All right, let's do a couple more. Oh, and thanks for listening to the old shows.
Yeah,
the old shows are still good. Hey, guys. I loved the last show. I have a real treat I think you might both find interesting. It's a book called How Not to Die. You guys talk about health and healthy eating often. I thought you might like it. Also, Dan, they talk about anal fissures. This is from a great listener, Savage Plum. I've talked about anal fissures at length on the show. Man, I don't know what happens. The other day, I took a poop, and it was like someone dropped a red food dye in the toilet.
I've never had
That's never
that,
happened
dude.
to you? And it's just like a one-time thing, and then the next time it was fine. It's never... Maybe I've got like ass cancer, I don't even know it.
I don't know, dude. I honestly have never...
As much as you shit.
Yeah. Surprisingly.
I need something on in my body, in my life, that like my asshole bleeds.
Yeah.
And then the next day it's fine. This is disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm being a little selfish right now. I need some. I can't. Who else am I supposed to talk to about this?
I mean, you sound genuinely concerned. So
I'm a little concerned.
I'm glad you brought it to church here.
Okay, good. So somebody please write me, Chrissy from South Lake. Can you write me an email about bloody assholes, please? All right. Let's do a real treat here, Eddie, and we'll call it a night.
Cool.
All right. What's going on in the chat? Oh yeah. Go ahead, A-Train. Yeah, send me a picture of you, and I'll put it right here. How much of a delay do we got here?
I have no idea.
See when I put my hand on the wall.
Yeah.
Hemorrhoids. I don't think I've got hemorrhoids.
Who said that? I can't even read any of that shit.
Orange peel, moldy orange peel. There's a bit of a delay. Yeah, that was like a 20-second delay. It looks like. All right, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, real treat. Yes, this is the problem when I tried to sync up the audio, the good audio. There's all these, every time we stop.
Oh,
I need to like find it, and it was kind of a pain in the ass.
Gotcha.
Real pain in the ass.
Time again. Come on.
Eddie, before we do real treat, let's
Yes.
talk about my bloody asshole for one more second. Moldy Orange Peel in the chat room, his synopsis was, it's hemorrhoids. And
Okay.
I'll be the first to tell you, I've talked on the show, I had a hemorrhoid once in college that was so bad that I thought I was going to have to go to the doctor to like get it lazed off. And I did all this research on it where sometimes they'll put like a rubber band around it, kind of like they do like with a baby dick.
Okay.
And that's how they atrophy these hemorrhoids in your ass. And
So it's just hanging there until it falls off?
I guess so.
Fuck that noise, dude.
That sounds awful. So yeah, I had this terrible, awful hemorrhoid in college, which I probably got because, I don't know, my diet was just disgusting. I think I ate Carl's Jr. 3 times a day.
Did everyone make fun of you?
Well, okay, so I didn't really tell anyone about it.
Okay.
But I went to the store and I got this cream called Anusol. I thought I've talked about this on the show.
I think so, yeah.
And that's the funniest thing is it's anal cream, hemorrhoid cream called Anusol. It says anus in the name of the cream. So there is no easy way to have it. Or you know, I can't exactly have it, you know, sitting on the coffee table.
Yeah.
Like let me like you might have hand lotion.
Yeah.
It could have just even said cream on it. Just cream. And then your roommate comes home, he's like, oh damn dog, my hands is dry. I need to use some of this cream, or you jerk off with it, God forbid. Because it did have medicine in it. So anyways, it needed to be applied to the roid like every hour. Well, I was going to school and working. So I had to put the Anusol in my backpack. And I was terrified that I would be, you know, like in my women's lit class, and I pull out my notebook, and then my Anusol comes flying out, and you can imagine all the pussy I would get
Oh, yeah.
when they would see that. So no,
Yeah, that's
it was-
sexual assault, I think.
That's true. Anything like that, they'd be like, Anusol, what is that, like anal lube?
Yeah.
This guy's trying to fuck me in the ass. Like, yes, you're right. I could have gotten thrown out of college for that shit. That's not my real treat. I don't think I have hemorrhoids. Moldy Orange Peel. I certainly hope not. Eddie, what's your real treat this week, my man?
I've got 2 real treats.
Okay, great.
So the first one is, yesterday was my wife's birthday. Shout out to her. I love you, babe.
Yeah.
So the day before, on Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day,
Yeah.
I had the day off of work, so we took a day trip to the Bay.
Nice.
Did the whole Pier 39 Fisherman's Wharf, like, touristy thing.
That's great.
Because it's the first time my girls were old enough to remember anything with a trip to San Francisco. So yeah, I had a good time then.
That's awesome.
And then my second real treat is this dumb show on Netflix called Travelers. Have you heard of this show? It's apparently started as a Canadian show and then Netflix picked it up.
Okay.
But it stars Eric McCormick from Will and Grace.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's about...
That's enough to turn me off. Like, I feel like if I was going through Netflix and I saw him, I'd
Yeah.
say, ooh.
Well, it's a time travel show, and I like
Oh.
time travel shit.
Is it a comedy?
No, it's a serious show, and it's about like in the future they have the technology to send consciousness back in time into other bodies that. So what they do is like they figure out when a person's gonna die, and the moment they die, they transfer another consciousness into that body,
Okay.
and they take over this person's life and try to change the future, basically.
Okay.
So it's
Kinda
kind
like
of
the
a
sunken place. Sounds like. Is that a spoiler? I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
not.
I don't know.
Whatever.
but
I just watched that.
Did you?
Like
Okay.
last week.
Are you super excited about it?
I liked it. It was good.
It was a really good movie,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's kind of a guilty pleasure because it's not the best show out there, but it's interesting storyline, pretty good acting. I would equate it to your love of
Burn Notice?
Burn Notice,
Okay.
yeah. But they have 2 seasons. The second
they already
season,
have 2?
Yeah, the second season just released pretty recently, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no idea if they're gonna finish it with a 3rd season because it left on a cliffhanger.
See, that's what's risky about these shows.
Yeah.
Is a lot of them you never know. Like, what if it didn't come back?
Yeah, exactly.
You would never know the end of it, and that could be a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, and with the whole Will and Grace thing back in full effect, like
Right.
he probably doesn't have time for a rinky-dink show like this.
Or even care.
Yeah.
I mean, that Will and Grace money that
Oh
he's
my
cashing,
God, yeah.
that thing's in syndication 10 times over.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would ever work another day in my life if I had that kind of money.
Yeah.
That's what always blows my mind to see how hardworking Jerry Seinfeld is and Ray Romano, which really does go to show you that those guys became successful because of their work ethic.
Yeah.
So why all of a sudden, if they got rich, would they stop working hard?
Yeah.
Well, can I tell you who would do that? This motherfucker. If I got rich all of a sudden tomorrow, I couldn't call my boss fast enough to quit.
See, I feel like you say that. Well, it depends. Like, if you won the lottery,
Right.
yeah, I would totally quit my fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was like a Seinfeld or a Ray Romano, where they like work their way up
That's
to
true.
making this amount of money, like I think it gets to a point where they're like, it's not even about the money. It's just
You're right.
being like, yeah, do you know how much money I make? Like,
That's true.
yeah.
That too.
So.
Yeah. Well, and I guess too, like if the show started making you and I $200,000 a year each.
Yeah.
I probably still wouldn't. Well, nah, I'd probably quit my job because I could say like the show could be super popular, and then a week later, it could be a bust.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what happens to people.
You sexually assault someone, and
Right. You know.
what the fuck is that
I
bullshit?
stick my fingers in a girl's mouth. I mean, once the show is that popular, that I can start just dating 23-year-old photographers, then yeah.
That you meet at an award show?
Right. Lord
Yeah.
knows, jury's out.
Yeah.
By process of elimination, you and I are going to be the only two guys left in Hollywood, and we'll just be, hosting the Academy Awards.
Sounds
So,
good, man.
My real treat is actually a show too this
Okay.
week, and it's a 2-part show. So I'm completely now Amazoned out, like I said. With I don't even want to say it again. I don't want to fuck with everyone's computers. Girl computer that has a name that rhymes with sexia. But there's an Amazon show called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Or Maisel. Maisel. I think it's Maisel. And it's great. And it's so, to me, okay, first of all, like you see the picture of it. And again, like The Travelers, when I saw Eric McCormick's face, I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah.
What is this, some comedy bullshit? Forget it. This one's even worse because it has a really weird font from like the 50s or 60s, which to me makes it almost look like I Dream of Jeannie.
Okay.
It's got a picture of a woman on it. They're all in Mad Men style clothing. And I thought, what is this even about? It's totally hilarious. And I don't want to spoil too much of it, but it's about like a housewife in the 50s or 60s who becomes a stand-up comedian.
Oh, okay.
Like that's the angle, which I didn't even see coming. But the show also has sort of like a fake Kimmy Schmidt vibe to it too, so it's a little out there. Every actor in it's hilarious, and it's set in New York. And my wife said something like, everyone's just super Jews in it. Like there's like tons of Jewy New York people in it, which are really funny to watch. Kevin Pollak is in it, and he's really funny.
Oh, okay.
So I can't recommend it enough. Here's the thing. So I Chromecast most of my TV, and it's on Amazon. So of course Amazon's app doesn't have Chromecasting built in it, because that would be like Pepsi coming in a Coke cup.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck you, Chromecast. No, you need to buy a Fire Stick. I have no need for a Fire Stick, but I got one from my dad because someone gave it to him. This was a real treat years ago with Kodi bullshit on it. It's not hacked anymore, so I booted up the Fire Stick. That's the only way you can watch this show on a TV.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to watch it on your laptop, which I know you do. Use your laptop and like HDMI it to your TV.
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking tech podcast this week. I'm sorry, everybody. But here's the thing. On the Fire, when people come on the screen, like the other day I was watching Black Mirror, season 1, or the new season, episode 1, the Star Trek one, and the girl, like the lead girl with those huge brown eyes, my wife said, that woman is from somewhere. And I pride myself on being the guy to say, oh yeah, you know who that is?
Yeah.
See if you can figure it out. You stupid idiot. Can you figure it out? And she's like, no, I can't. You're so smart, Danny. What is it? But I pride myself on being like that guy. Or like if I hear a song, I say, you know what song this is a total ripoff of? Boom.
I'm the same way.
I like to
Yeah.
lord it over what
Yeah.
my wife said. And I said, no, girl, she's not in anything. What is this girl's not in nothing? Well, not only that, she was in Fargo, season 2,
Okay.
with the guy, the main dude. And like 5 people at home were like, oh yeah, no shit. But I had to go to IMDb on my phone. I had to find her face. Well, on the Kindle Fire, it has this thing called X-Ray, where when you press pause, it'll tell you the names of all the actors on the fucking screen.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And if a song is playing, it'll say the name of the song on the bottom of the screen.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So it immediately, like, it, it shows their name, the whole thing. So that's sort of like the junior real treat to the show, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of like identifying with the show because my wife wants to be a stand-up comedian. No, but part of the show...
What?
No. Part of the show is she's bearing her soul. She gets on stage, talks about her bloody asshole. But she does go on stage.
So she's you.
I know, right?
Aw.
I'm seeing myself in this character, Eddie. So it's fun to watch like that, but it's really funny. And the girl who stars in it was in House of Cards. She had a role in that, and she's gorgeous. And
Okay.
It's so funny and just a delight to watch on the screen. So watch
Nice.
that shit, okay? All right, Eddie. So what do we've learned? Save for the show, patreon.com/SIFT show. We're live streaming the show now, so people can subscribe to us. Like, subscribe, review, rate. God
Share.
damn it. We got another fucking thing we need to push people to. This is exhausting.
Yeah, sorry guys.
I'm trying to be Logan Paul. I'm trying to be...
You want to be that guy?
Can you hang yourself in the background here, please?
Sure, why not?
And yes, but we're getting better. Every week I promise to put Eddie in some stupid thing. I need to start getting you outfits.
That's where the Patreon money will go, is different outfits for me.
The outfits for you. And then you start, I text you like, hey man, you ready to do the show? And you'll be like, oh no, man, I'm sick. And then you just call in every week. I buy you
Oh, sorry.
awful like little sailor outfits for children or something. Okay. Patreon, YouTube, subscribe to the show, and email us, all that good stuff.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so for this week, for the Sifstery, from our buddy Amanda Hugginkiss, this is a recent one. This one's from episode 261, and the song is called Rat and Cat by Frau.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So that's it. So that's playing. And otherwise, this has been episode 276 of Save for the Show with Dan and Eddie. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you.
Goodbye. All right. Oh, BZRK. I meant to get the winner of the fantasy was supposed to get some tweeters.
Oh, really?
I forgot to look into that. Nobody hit me up for him.
Well, I'm good.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, John G, man.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thanks everybody. A-Train, Jerica, and Chiquita. Aw. Thanks, Mike. Says the live stream's the best thing ever. I mean, god damn it. Can't stop now.
Seriously.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. I don't know if we're doing a live stream next week. Maybe. I think I have to travel. I didn't even think about that. Fuck. We'll figure it out. All right. Whatever. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.